Casual here. What is better than a cute, loving pet? An entire army of dark magic dealing pets that wipe encounters in seconds and absolutely destroy bosses is what? Let's get into the Spore Warden army build. This build works by maximising the number of your companions and then buffing the hell out of them. The Spore Warden and Graveborn classes come with their own permanent companions, a shroom and a demi-leech. But 2 pets is never enough. My weapons add a 3-headed hydra every time I reload, which remain on the field for 8 seconds, so getting 5 hydra in play is very doable. While 7 pets is good, even more is better. My spells adds 4 frost dealing hydra turrets, and with all this death dealing goodness in play, dark hydra will quickly add up to 3 more hydras to join the party. I'm buffing the damage of my pets in a number of ways. The first skill I'm picking up from the Spore Warden skill tree is Kindred Heart, which buffs companion health and damage. With the armour that I'm using, this is buffed even further to add a whopping 72% health and 64% damage. Faithful Thralls from the Graveborn skill tree then adds another 9% damage per companion, and this applies for both your permanent and temporary companions. 5 points into Bullseye increases the critical chance of both me and my companions, which synergizes with the thrill of the hunt to buff companion damage even more. Harvest adds bonus dark magic damage to my companions, which is buffed a little further through 2 points into Dark Pact, which I'm picking up to get to Dark Hydra. And finally, my amulet buffs dark magic damage, all damage, and for every kill, companion damage is increased by up to 100%. I would love it if this also had Spore Warden or Graveborn power on it, but that is why we grind this game. The other way this build buffs my damage is through Wrath of Nature, which applies a 54% damage debuff to enemies, which is particularly good for boss fights. The damage of Barrage is buffed by affinity, while its cooldown is reduced through Bounty of the Hunt, so I can keep those debuffs going all the time. I'm using rings which buff companion and ability damage, the effect of which are doubled when either my ward is full or when I deal damage to a boss. This build delivers survivability not only through all of the life leech that dark magic damage gives me, but also through my ward, which provides a shield of over 8,000, additional max health and damage resistance, and is enchanted to regenerate my health and increase damage output when my health drops below 50%. On top of that, the armor I'm using converts 30% of all of my damage into dark magic damage, as well as a great 30% buff to the dark magic life leech effect. Through my skill tree, I'm picking up Spore Cloud to keep enemies off my back, and medicinal mushrooms so my shroom picks me up when I go down. Now, one of the most annoying things that can happen with this skill is that your shroom goes down at the same time you do, and that's why I've enchanted my weapons to heal my companions and buff their critical hit chance every time I reload, which, given I am doing so all the time to spawn hydras, will keep your companions alive through even the biggest damage spikes. Now, if luck is not with you and you can't get this enchant, then buffing dark magic damage, elemental damage, damage dealt, or even Spore Warden specific enchants are all good options. For my weapons, I'm using 3 pistols, all of which spawn hydras when I reload, and 1 Skulldugger auto rifle just in case I run out of pistol ammo. I have all of the key elemental damage types covered with my weapons to make burning down those bosses as easy as possible. For my melee weapon, I'm using a goblin pickaxe. Bear in mind that with this weapon, picking up any gold triggers the buffs you get from it, making it a very useful stat stick to carry. Finally, I am putting all of my hero points into attunement so I can get Barrage back quickly and keep buffs and debuffs up, Wisdom to buff all of the status damage that I am applying, and crit damage to take advantage of all the crit hit buffs I have with this build. Village Idiot is a solid choice for background story for this build, but you could also go with Rogue Alchemist to buff your status damage, or Recovering Inventory Hoarder to buff your action skill cooldown. This build takes a few moments to get going as your companions and stacks build up, but once it does, it absolutely melts enemies, quite often one-shotting them before you have a chance to even react. With this build, you'll be spending most of your time keeping companions in play rather than dealing direct damage. So if you want a build that plays a more direct part, check out this video here. Until next time, casual out.